hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, beat the flow. But can you rock it like rocket? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all, beat the flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Okay, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New England Patriots and our home team. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Let's go. 60 outlaw.
That's track.
Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Ready, ready.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down.
Yeah.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 3, X3, 218, chopper. Get it.
Looking to throw. Herbert, he completes it to Henry. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Move. Everyone's got 4 down. Check 3, check 3.
Hey.
Check 31, check 31.
You're out.
Slide.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, Eckler. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
4 down.
Protein spill.
Flare. Begin.
Look, squeeze.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler.
Whoosh.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Go!
Running with Howard. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
What you got?
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's see what you got. 31's the mic. Let's go one more.
5.
31's the mic. And that QB's traps. Let's go. 31's the mic. Let's go.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing the receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
I'm coming after you. 31's the mic.
Let's set 5.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
Now the second-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Prescott looks to throw on first. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
But there's no trace of nervous. There, he was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Sony Michel, his first carry. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here's Prescott. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Charger drive about to get going, and they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate. as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
4 down, 4 down. Slam.
Ready, ready.
1st down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
You better come home next time, son.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Come on, set. 50, plant.
What tight end? Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Switch, switch.
61, matchbox lights. Rock it. Hey, exit.
2nd and 6. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the result of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
There you go. Go right in.
Right there in the middle. 55. That was pretty quiet, team. Pretty quiet.
1st down, Prescott to Michelle on the screen. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Prescott. He's got it to James White. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
James White. A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert, and I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to... Pin him back. The Charger drive about to get going. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. Now Howard. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5. Up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Look at me. Zipper. Now.
2nd and 5. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run it here. This is James White. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Prescott from the gun. It's complete. James White. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd and goal, Prescott. And Brown's got it for a Patriots touchdown. Antonio Brown, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll run here with Eckler. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Let's go. 60 or. What we got? Hey, Delta.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. It's Hill. Complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back to throw. Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Ready.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Eckler. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On the set.
Hey, check, check.
Yep.
I got it. 31's the mic. I'm on.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah.
Me, I got this.
Hey, Zoo.
31's the mic. Hey, watch the slant. 31.
Snap.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And caught by Henry. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Switch. Save.
Yo, go. Hey, Jet. Get it.
Running on first down, Eckler. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch the slant.
You draw quarters.
Check.
Hard.
Check. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Ship.
Go.
Here's Eckler. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Break.
Check the out. Tie that left. 3 down. 31's the mic. Let's go, defense.
Hey.
It's our time.
Hey, orbit.
31's the mic. Hey, let's get in them holes. 31's the mic.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
Everybody
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Prescott down. It's caught. This is White. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
At the 18-yard line.
Here we go. Flying in. Right there in the middle. 55. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Prescott. This is White on the screen. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down.
1st down, Patriots.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They're running it. Check. 55 to Mike. 55 to Mike.
Prescott yet again. Going deep here for Edelman. And this will be caught at the 30. A gain of 32 that time. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here we go. 46.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
We're going to 54. Right here. We're going 47. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Here's Sanu on the catch. Now the ball comes loose and picked up by the Chargers. He's got daylight past the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, LA. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And it's Michel once again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Third and long for Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
1st down, Patriots.
Prescott now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. He's got White here. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And they will run it with Michel. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. They come out here in the eye. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. Here we go with Michel. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Extra point safely through, and that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Eckler. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Hey. Speed trip.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What do they...
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's by himself. Keenan Allen. Touchdown, Allen. Keenan Allen, 76 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off, as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. And they got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Now Michelle. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. So many different weapons available in that Patriot backfield. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Michelle. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Prescott. This will be caught by Brown. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going.
50, plant. Hey, foxtrot. Now.
On 1st down, Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Charlie.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Get it.
Throwing again. Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup.
To throw on 2nd down, Herbert. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Brian Poole, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Following the penalty, Michel. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
On third down, a run from White. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to fourth down. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's King. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The Charger drive about to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline.